Hey everyone, Rick here with Clash Strats, and this marks my first ever video put on YouTube about Clash Clans. I've been playing this game for about 3 months on this profile, and this game's awesome. I love it, and I've been watching Chief Pat with Play Clash of Clans, and he has a lot of helpful guides and strategies, defenses, and everything. And but he goes on the route of buying gems, whereas this profile, I'm just this channel is going to be no gems. I've got like 12 right now, but that was kind of like from removing obstacles and stuff like that, achievements, and but I feel like, when I watch Patrick, it's great, but at the same time I can't afford to spend hundreds of dollars. He got sponsored, and I'm not, and a lot of people aren't. So I just kind of feel like, I'm going to do things, a little different. It's going to take a lot of time, but in the end, I think it'll be worth it. So today, I just the other day, I finished my Town Hall upgrade to level 7, and that unlocked a lot of things like the Barbarian King, the new upgrades, the Dark Elixir, which it's kind of cool, but it kind of sucks at the same time, only because it's like a teaser. You have the storage, but you can't produce it with like an elixir pump that unlocks at level 8. So the first thing I did when I first started playing, I would say, was I put in, I would say, maybe just enough money to get myself some builder huts. I think builder huts are probably the best thing you can buy, because in the long run, they are probably the most important thing that you need if you're going to keep up with, the leagues, the high competitors and stuff. I would say that when you upgrade, right before your upgrade, your Town Hall is done, like 3 hours before it's done, what I try to do is dedicate the 3 hours, 2.5 hours, whatever it is, to get as much gold and elixir as I can. So this way, when the upgrade is complete, you've got all the resources you need to put into new, the new unlocks, upgrades, stuff like that. One of the first things I did on this one was I got my wizard towers. I put 2 builders huts on that, and I believe they costed 920,000 or something like that. It was a lot of money, and a lot of gold, sorry. But that was the first thing I did, and I think it was totally worth it, because they're kind of in a spot right now where they can hit a few of the gold and elixir pumps. So the goblins that are there trying to get them, they can usually one-hit him. So I think overall it's the best tower you can try to keep up with upgrading. It's a lot of gold, but it's worth it. It can hit both air troops and ground troops. So overall damage defenses are the ones you want to put the effort into getting. We'll go through a couple of defenses, and you can see just how just how worth it is to have a good mortar setup and a good wizard tower setup. So here's the first one, and you can see that he tries to keep the goblins on the opposite side of my Barbarian King, which is really smart, because what happens when you have to fight him off is he's kind of centralized when you fight him. If you're going to fight him, you'll see that, the goblin's right there. Once you go, I think, to the elixir pump, or maybe to the, right there, that it's right in line with the mortars. And when those cannons are done upgrading, it's going to have a lot of stuff hitting it. Right now, these giants are kind of getting a lot of mortar damage, and you could see that it's just 1 or 2 mortars won't do much, but mortar after mortar. That's one thing I try to stress is the splash damage defenses. And the Barbarian King is really going clutch right now. He's knocked out about all these giants, and he finishes it off right there. I don't think he took any damage. Overall, a very successful defense. But on the next one, it's a lot of troops, and that's where I would say the wizard tower and the mortar towers come into effect. So here you can see he does the same thing, tries to keep the troops on the opposite side of the Barbarian King, which is smart. I mean, I would be doing the same thing. What isn't smart is he carries no wall breakers, and he really can't get through the first layer at all. He really can't scratch it at all. And the mortars just kind of bombard on them. Like, it's one-hitting archers, so I mean, it's kind of hard to beat it. He laid the lightning spells down a little bit later. I mean, I don't really know why he did that. That wasn't very smart. Maybe he forgot. But you could see as the Barbarian King distracts and mortar lines him up and just kills them all in one hit. So that was pretty awesome. One thing I would say that not a lot of people do is upgrade their walls. I mean, one of the first things I look at is, you know, does the guy I'm fighting have a, you know, highly upgraded wall defense? You know, because to me, that's what I'm going to try to spend the most time. People say wall breakers, but if it's anyone who is upgrading their walls, they are, you know, usually have a good defense setup. And, you know, right here you can see there's not one, there's 2 layers of walls usually everywhere around the entire base. So you're going to need to get wall breakers past all of my defenses, cannons, archers, wizard towers, and stuff like that, that it's highly unlikely to get past the first wall. So higher walls, I would say, are probably the one of the best things I would say that you can do when you first upgrade your town hall. And the next thing we're going to go over is the attack strategies. I kind of copied, I can't get it, Play Clash Clans Chief Pat. You could see here that I got pretty good resources, 140,000 gold, 70,000 elixir, and you know, overall it was just a good raid. He was kind of stupid and left his one giant there, but his elixir storages are up there all alone with no defenses. But you can see here that I just put down a couple wall breakers, a giant to distract, and the giant is doing its job perfectly. Just enough time to get my goblins in there and get all the gold. I would say that this guy wasn't very smart, because you could see that the gold storages were right next to the town hall, leaving no room for defense. If you wanted to, I could have just one-starred this guy on the town hall, but it was fairly easy to get in through there. I mean, if you leave a couple giants in the front, one thing I would say for troops is the first thing I try to upgrade is usually my archer, then my wall breaker, and then my giant. Goblins are great, but at the same time I run with like 60 giants and 60 goblins. And it does a pretty good job. I mean, once you try to knock out the further, you know, setups, you know, like knock from the outside and then try to come inwards, you know, the archers do a pretty good job of, you know, distracting them a little bit to lay down some giants, and then, you know, wall breakers follow and goblins just come in to finish the job. So I would say that this was pretty easy. I think I 3-starred him. I'm not sure. I didn't look at the replay, but yeah, pretty much this guy, he had a good base, but I didn't 3-star it. But, you know, overall, just try to work on everything, you know. I mean, leave your town hall guarded. You can see mine centralized. And one thing you will notice is that it is, that is a level 6 town hall setup. And the first thing I'm going to do is get all of my defenses up, so this way when you do try to get through it, you know, I mean, when I put up my new walls, you know, of course they're not going to be upgraded to level 6 or probably even level 5. I'll probably have level 3 walls, so I mean, it's going to take me a while to set up a level 7 base setup. And before I do that, though, I'd like to have really good defenses going for it. Otherwise, it kind of just collapses in on itself, and it doesn't go well. So I'll talk about that in another video, though. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow or maybe tonight. But yeah, guys, that's all for tonight.